Just take a moment and look at this beautiful artwork. Like, like, the artwork for this series is just, it's freaking good, man. Like, I love just the way this artwork looks. It's incredible, man. Like, it is just straight up incredible. Like, it is a nice mixture of color to black and white. It is truly a amazing series. Just from the artwork alone, it is just something that honestly is leagues above most webtoons that I have covered to this point. I'm not saying that a lot of webtoon series look bad or anything. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying typically when a series starts, the first few chapters are the roughest, and then it gradually gets better as time progresses. But this is literally just from the first, just these pictures I'm showing alone. This is like chapter 1, or this is chapter 0, correction, chapter 0, chapter 1, chapter 3, and then obviously chapter 6. All this is just progression of artwork, and I love the absolute style of this. It's incredible, because usually when you see webtoons start, the art is not as good as what it could be. And I cannot imagine how good this series is going to look, later on. Like, you give it another 30, 50 chapters, the artwork is going to be something insane, because the artist has just straight up popped off so hard with this artwork. Like, look at this, man. Like, this looks so freaking good. Like, you know what this reminds me of? I'm not gonna lie, it reminds me so much of Hardcore Leveling Warrior. I don't know how many of you guys have read Hardcore Leveling Warrior. I've talked about it on the channel before. But this entire sequence, the way this artwork looks and stuff, it reminds me of the ending scenes of Hardcore Leveling Warrior, part 2, basically. It reminds me a lot of that. And I don't know necessarily if they got the same artist or not. It's potentially possible, because I want to be honest with you, look at this. The character straight up does look very much like Hardcore Leveling Warrior. Like, you're not going to tell me you can't see the way the eye design is, and the way the hair color is, and everything. It really does give you that overall vibe. Obviously, the eyes could, be referenced to maybe Bakugo as well from My Hero Academia, but what I'm trying to say is that the artwork is just straight up incredible. And I'm going to be honest with you, I started this series because I took one look at the MC, and I was like, whoa, is this Hardcore Leveling Warrior? Because I'm not gonna lie, that's what I looked at. And then I started reading it, and then I saw the artwork just really pop off early on, and I'm like, yo, okay. But obviously, there is a lot more to this than the artwork, so let's get right into that. So this series in particular has a pretty basic but unique story. It's very difficult to fully discuss, but I'm going to do my best to describe it. So basically, our main male character here, called Great, yeah, that's his name, Great is an executioner. He is someone that basically, is wanting to rid the world of all criminals, all evil, so to speak. Sounds like a very just goal, but the thing is that he is an individual that will look at someone that does petty crimes. Even if you're a petty criminal, very petty crimes, you deserve the death penalty. That's what he envisions in his eyes. In his mind, that is his ideal. So he's, more or less a very extreme Punisher. Like, if you know about the Punisher from the Marvel comics, that's basically what he is. But honestly, I feel like he's definitely more extreme. For instance, like, if it's petty theft or anything, gone. You gotta go, so to speak. So he automatically starts off as a character that has these righteous ideals, but is obviously been distorted or warped to such a high degree that you can't really even call him a good person because of the actions that he's obviously committing. Because down the road, eventually, he's going to get rid of people that necessarily are not completely evil, but because of circumstance or different things like that, but he's going to get rid of them because obviously what his ideals are. But another part of this is that because of him constantly getting rid of criminals, he likes it. He enjoys it. Once again, very Punisher-like. He enjoys getting rid of these criminals. He enjoys being the executioner. And because one day the actual world eventually got rid of the law of, getting rid of criminals as well, for any crime, giving them basically the death penalty, he was also abandoned. He was someone put on trial, and he was someone that realized the only option he had available to him was to leave the planet that he was on. Which goes into chapter 1, where in his, exile and him leaving the planet as some supervillain because obviously his job is done and he rid the world of a lot of crime, he became the one evil entity on the world basically, he meets a cosmic entity in space that apparently is basically God, just straight up God, like controls everything, controls reality, physics, time, gravity, everything. He basically meets the Lord of all. But despite that, he somehow, with his immense strength, he is able to actually bring down God. And in the moment before it's all said and done and God of this verse is gone, he decides to go back in time and try to make it to where Great here does not exist. But in turn, they both become merged as entities, and they go back into a point of time to where Great was still innocent, so to speak, before he went down a path of true justice, or, just trying to seek justice against criminals, so to speak. And what started it all was his father. His father was a very villainous and evil man that manipulated him, basically the equivalent of what Aizen did to Ichigo in Bleach, and set everything up, orchestrated everything just for he could be the ideal entity that his father wanted him to be. AKA, his father would literally isolate him, force him to lose everything, get rid of his friends, any form of family and bonds he have. He would get rid of everything that is around his son to force him to only rely on his father. It's really gross, it's disgusting, and it was the start of everything that caused Great to be the person he was, criminals and evil, and his outlook on evil itself. And so it is a very interesting story. It sounds simplistic, but also, like I said, very weird and unique. The artwork obviously is just straight up incredible. I mean, taking one look at this alone just speaks for itself. I absolutely love the line work, the color usage, and everything. It's a truly breathtaking series just with that alone. But the story is legitimately good. It's a very good story that I am really enjoying quite a bit. I am currently only, 9 chapters deep. I believe there's a lot more chapters than this. I don't know the exact number, but it is a legit good webtoon. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if you're someone that likes action, you like a little bit of time travel, you like someone going through a path of, like, redemption, but also staying kind of morally gray or even evil to a degree, you're gonna like this. But it goes much further than that. Because, obviously, he was reset or went back in time, he gets a chance to kind of save his friends that he lost. But the thing is he realized that if he sticks around his friends, they will end up getting hurt and potentially straight up dying. So he basically wants to avoid them, and he will throw away his own aspirations, his own goals of wanting to be happy and live in peace and have a happy ever after with his friend group, just to be able to protect them and to be able to be the martyr for the entire world. It's a really cool story. Very cool premise. There is a lot to the character, and like I said, I get massive hardcore leveling warrior vibes. If you're someone that loves that series as well, you're 100% going to enjoy this series. Like, I cannot recommend this enough. But yeah, I was reading this, it caught my attention, it caught my eye, and I was like, you know what, I wanna share this with all of you guys, because, I mean, I can't be the only one that recently discovered this. I was just looking around, and I discovered this. I'm like, yo, this is pretty freaking good. But, yeah, I mean, if you are interested in reading The Graymark, I will have a link to it in the description. Please check it out. It is extremely good. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I've been finding a lot of bangers recently, like with Leviathan yesterday to this, The Graymark. It is some good stuff, and like I said, I think I found a truly high-quality hidden gem here that could really be some peak stuff if it continues to develop like it is. But I'll leave it at that. If you enjoy my content and you want more of my content to appear in your subscription feed, then do subscribe, hit that bell icon down below, please leave a like on the video to help with the algorithm, and leave a comment and tell me your thoughts honestly on how you felt about this video and how you feel about the Graymark, if you're going to start it or not. I would greatly appreciate it. But with that, I love you guys, be safe, stay healthy, Chibi out.